Wrong.
Hello, welcome out to Cochrane Stadium here in Bowling Green, Ohio. The sun has set, but we are still ready for a bright one under the lights between the Eastern Michigan Eagles and the Ohio University Bobcats. It's Donovan Mann and Zach Hall bringing you the action here today. What?
Nothing. Just excited for some.
It's going to be a great one.
Oh, absolutely. And the winner of this game will go on to take on the Bowling Green Falcons, who won in the game prior to this over the Buffalo Bulls. 2-1 they won that game. And two great teams here looking to get some good wins tonight.
You're certainly right, Zach Smith. And, two really good teams, two teams coming off of upsets in their quarterfinals. And I think the biggest one you have to talk about is Eastern Michigan, the 7 seed, upsetting one of the conference favorites in the Ball State Cardinals. By the way, Ball State, the only Mid-American Conference team to beat the defending champion, Bowling Green State University Falcons. A lot of people had that in their brackets as the finals once again here at the Cochran. But Eastern Michigan made some noise.
And they did it in some resounding fashion. 2 goals off of penalty kicks and then an overtime thriller. And then for Ohio, they had a fight to get here. And these Ohio University fans are here and in full force.
They certainly are right in front of us. They brought cowbell and everything, stomping their feet. This should be a good one. Ohio fans travel well, and they are certainly making their presence known here for their Bobcats as they try to cheer them on to victory and on to the finals on Sunday. Let us go ahead and get you those starting lineups. First for the pseudo road team, Eastern Michigan.
All right, in goal tonight is going to be number 0, Chelsea Abbott's. Joining her out there, number 4, Peyton Davis. Number 7, Aaliyah Frederick. Number 8, Simone Chiodo. Number 10, Sabrina Mcneal, a member of that All-MAC first team. Joining her out there will be Kristen Holleberger, wearing number 11. Number 14, Tessa Osborne. Number 16, Nicole Remedios. Number 18, Amanda Cripps, a part of the All-Freshman and All-MAC second team. Number 22, Haley Towsend. And number 23, Lindsay Shearer, part of the All-MAC second team.
And then as the Bobcats look to advance this one up the field, this is what it looks like for them. Starting out there, number 2, Paige Knorr, the junior forward, alongside defensive player Olivia Sensky, number 3. Number 7, it's Santa Catarina, Jenny Santa Catarina, the midfield junior. And then it's going to be number 11, Olivia Molesky, also a midfielder. She's a senior, standing at 5'6". Number 14, Victoria Breeden, a defensive player, as we see this ball continuing to struggle around in the neutral part of the field. Ohio trying to move it forward, but Eastern Michigan's defense standing strong. Number 16, Townsend, is also out there, Abby Townsend, alongside number 18, Sydney Leckie, another senior defensewoman, as well as alongside number 22, Serena Dierig, middle fielder junior. Number 23, Courtney DeGuradas. And then number 26, another defense, and Morgan Kaka. And then, of course, in the goal is number 44, Sydney Malhan.
And this is a big game for both teams. The MAC tournament started out with 8 teams. It went down to 4 tonight. We are down to 3 teams. Only one of these teams this season will continue after this game today to take on the Falcons on Sunday at 1 o'clock.
You see the Eagles here whistled up, so a free kick here early, and it will be Sinsky to kick it on the set-piece play. She's going to kick this one deep into the box. Ohio with a chance off the header. It's going to go high, and then continuing to be headed around into the box. Eastern Michigan struggling to clear this one out. Multiple chances for the Bobcats, and now they'll have to back out and try to reset.
That was a great little free kick there by Sensky and these Bobcats, and just 3 headers, not one of them resulting in a score.
This one back of the box, hitting crossed in, headed away there by Tessa Osborne of Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan is in their greens here today. The Bobcats are in their whites.
And the Bobcats are pushing to get that momentum going right away, but it's going to result in a goal kick for the Eagles.
Eagles get a chance to take a breath here after multiple pressure put up by the Bobcats offense. 42 minutes to go until halftime, still scoreless here at Cochrane Field. The second of 2 semifinal matches taking place here today. Of course, the first one being between the 4-seeded Bulls of Buffalo and the Bowling Green State University Falcons, who are the 1 seed. Falcons walk away 2-1, both their goals coming in that first half. It was a Chelsea-Washington penalty kick after there was a handball in the box, and then a beautiful feed from Allen into the box right in front of the goal to Nikki Cox, and Cox just finished it off from there.
And then a penalty kick in that second half put the Bulls on the board, and the Bulls came up just short as now Ohio looks to push down the field again, as it's been all Ohio on offense.
Calico moves this one forward. It's going to be up at the feet of Townsend. Townsend moving it deep. She's looking for someone to cross it to from that near side corner. Good defense there, though, from Eastern Michigan. She does get it and header towards the goal, just wide.
And we saw that earlier with the Bowling Green Buffalo game, and it continues here. The headers are good. They're right on the money. It's just a little too much on them or a little too much direction, and that time it just went a little to the right of the goalpost.
Eastern Michigan looking to set something up here offensively. They will push this one up on that far side, but Ohio covers this one nicely. It's Sinsky back there, but she's got some pressure from the offense. She's going to have to kick this one all the way back to her goaltender, and Malham will have to put that one forward again.
Of course, being in MAC conference play, this is not the first time that the Bobcats and Eagles have met up this season. They last met on the 20th of October, in Athens, Ohio, where the Bobcats came away with a 1-0 win over the Eagles on Senior Day for the Bobcats. So it looks to be a very closely contested game today.
Looked like the Eastern Michigan might have had something coming off of that throw-in, but Ohio able to clear it out. But Eastern Michigan really quickly gaining this one back. Tessa Osborne there, and she'll be running back here now defensively as the Bobcats continue to try to press. It's Dierig passing it back now. Back out wide. Moving it into the box here. She's looking for Katarina, but she cannot find it. And then this one goes wide of the goal as they try to put another attempt on frame.
And that's just good defense there by the Eagles. The Eagles really have had to play a lot of defense here to start this game off, as so far it's been all Bobcats on the offensive side of the ball.
So we'll see another goal kick here. Taken by Abbots. Taking her time, making sure everybody gets set up and is in place. She will finally get this one off. Going to go returned by the Bobcats here, but Eastern Michigan going to play some volleyball here now with it before it finally goes on the feet. And the Bobcats go back to work again, trying to get it into the box here on the drive. That looks like Molesky. She'll pass this one in here close. It's Calico passing it back. Moving it into the box, taking a long shot. Pretty easy there for Abbott. Just playing it off the hop right to her.
And the big thing with this game, between these two teams, there are 3 All-MAC first-team players, 3 All-MAC second-team players, and 2 All-MAC freshman team players. So this is in MAC play, this is a star-studded game here tonight.
Eastern Michigan trying to find some open space here to get out in the open field. This one's going to be passed up here now to Shira. Shira tries to kick this one deep, but it's blocked. Now she does get this one forward. She's going to find Cripps. Cripps in the middle of the field now. Dropping it back. Ramitos out wide now. Frederick moving it forward here, trying to get it in the attacking third for Eastern Michigan. Move it forward. Bobcat defense steps up again. And they'll be looking to go now here. A transition opportunity, but Eastern Michigan cuts that off. Going this one now out wide, continuing to pass it around in the neutral third. Both teams just trying to find their offensive stride. You mentioned the Ohio looked really in the early minutes of this one to be on the press, and now Eastern Michigan looking to counter that with their own bit of force and pressure. Really try to make Malham work back there. She's only had to make one real play on the ball. Now here comes Eastern Michigan on that far side, trying to work it into the box. She makes a dribble move, then she loses her footing, and the Bobcats get a chance now to go out in the open field. It's going to be at the feet of Dierig.
And you mentioned the slipping and sliding. Currently here in Bowling Green, Ohio, it's about 29 degrees, but it feels like 25 degrees out here. So that grass field could be getting a little slippery, as a lot of players are out here wearing gloves or have their hands inside their shirts in order just to keep the fingers warm and the blood moving.
There are those who are braving the short sleeves, like Ohio Santa Catarina. She is going through the cold. She is like Elsa. The cold does not bother her anyway. This one is going to get moved up now here by Eastern Michigan, but quickly won back by the Bobcats. Passing around now in the back there, trying to find some open space here. They do get it out on the far side. Here comes Ohio through the neutral third, back on Eastern Michigan side of the field.
And the large thing that you see a lot during the first couple of minutes of both halves is both teams just kind of feeling each other out. As I mentioned, the Bobcats and the Eagles played just a few weeks ago, but this is a different team than it was when it came into this match, and it's going to be a completely different team when it comes out, so it's all about adjustments.
It looked like trying to go off the dribble move there was Shara, but she had the ball taken away by the Bobcats, and it's Kaka moving this one around here now, back in the defensive third, moving it up the field. Lecky passes this one middle. Trying the slide tackle there was Santa Catarina, but Eastern does recover, but Bobcats get it right back. Move it up through the middle of the field now. It's Lecky. Tried to pass it forward, taken away there by Shiroto. Malham has to clear this one herself as the ball went all the way back to her off the pass and out of bounds. So throw in for the Eagles.
And the other thing this possibly could be is just a little bit of jet lag of sorts. Both teams having a bit of a bus ride to get up here. Of course, Athens being, I believe, 3 hours from here, if that. And it's
about three and a half, depending on how fast the bus is going.
And Eastern Michigan's no little jog either. So both of these teams might just be shaking off that little bit of rust, too, and getting those jitters out here in the semifinal play as both teams are fighting to stay alive in their season.
Of course, both of these games happening in the evening time, but this being the later of the two, there is no sun. It's all under the lights. It's much colder. You think that also might have an effect on this game versus the game we saw earlier, or no, not as much?
I believe there would be. I could see a lot more.
See Eastern Michigan here pressing, but this one goes out of bounds. Looks like it will be a corner for the Eagles.
I think the temperature could be a problem, as well as maybe some tiredness. I don't know if players went to classes this morning, as it being a Friday. So teams were out there. They had class today. They had to wake up just like any other students, as in college, most athletes are students first. So it might be a little bit of brain tiredness going on, and it comes down to that as we see a corner kick here for the Eagles.
Corner kick from the far side. Now 34 minutes left to go here in the first half of play. Eastern Michigan looking for some sort of offense. That one right to the Bobcats, Lecky, and they try to come out in transition, but Chiroto comes up with it and put it now back in the box, and it'll be cleaned up there by Malham. Goalkeeper for the Ohio Bobcats. She'll take her time, just kind of let everybody get back into place before she punts this one up and away. Eastern Michigan tries to win it, but ends up going right to Ohio, and they will advance. It's at the feet of Townsend. She's advancing it forward by herself. Couple of dribbles. Almost loses there. Great pressure placed in on by Shira.
Great defense there by the Eagles, not allowing anything to get past them. I think this defense is starting to find its rhythm.
This one looks like it goes off of Eastern Michigan, so Ohio gets the ball back. Molesky tries to do something with it, but they have to drop it back. It's Breeden. She moves it forward. Passing it over to Lecky. Lecky loses it. Eastern Michigan applying pressure at the feet now of Santa Catarina. Moving it forward now here to Kaka. Kaka has it taken away, but it goes right back to the Bobcats, who are just trying to find something. Sensky moving it out wide. On that far sideline, Eastern Michigan kicks it out of bounds off the foot of Frederick. So another throw in here for the Bobcats.
And it's just both teams finding themselves and finding their footing, so to speak. Just about 32-24 left on the clock right now in this first half. Both teams are just trying to catch their groove.
Hollenbarger comes and moves this one forward. She's going to pass it out wide into the corner. Going to drop this one, but Ohio recovers. Eastern Michigan gets it back, though. Quick of this one in, and that is good!
That's a goal there by number 18, Amanda Scrips. A part of that All-MAC second team and the All-MAC freshman team. That freshman right there got a nice little pass inside of the box and gets it in just past the outstretched arms of Malham, the goalie for the Bobcats. And the Eastern Michigan flag is running rampant here in
As they
Cochran.
should be. I mean, it really looked like Ohio was all attack, and then they got caught on their heels. And then just coming down, and then Cripps with the score, putting Eastern Michigan Eagles up 1-0. 32:09 left to go until halftime. We'll see if the Bobcats can respond. It's kind of funny. I had to stand up to try to look in the corner there, and I almost missed that goal as I regained my balance sitting back down in my chair. And we see Eastern Michigan get this one back again.
Back again, Scrips.
Coming back. Now it's at the foot of Scrips, pushing this one forward. It's Hillenbarger. But it's now going to be scooped up by Mulham, and calming it down. Just going to quickly throw this one out here, see if they can't set up Calico. Calico moving forward here, coming near the near side. She's got to beat some people. She's going to pass this one out wide. Lecky dropping it back. Santa Catarina. Moving this one forward, headed away. Moving it forward now. Bobcats. Townsend trying to work, get it out wide. Looking to advance and kick it back into the box. Looking for someone back deep, and this is going to go a little bit too wide. Good job keeping it in there, though, by Lecky. She'll have to try to reset from that near corner. It's going to go out of bounds, but it will go off of an eagle. So Bobcat throw in. Good pressure there by Mcneal.
And, of course, this crowd here is a mixture of both Eagles players Eagles and Bobcats fans, but the Bobcats fans are really letting their team know that they're there to support them.
So we have throw in for the Eagles after it goes out of bounds off the Bobcats. And that corner back there, she'll throw it in. It's going to get there to Scrips. Scrips trying to find something to do with it. She does beat her man, and here she goes. Up the sideline, kicking it forward. But it's going to be cleared there by Breeden, but it comes right back to the Eagles. Unable to get it there was Scrips. Gather it up there, and Bobcats will get it right back. Calico moving it forward near the near side, looking to center it. Headed away. Eagles get it back under control. Chiroto moving it forward. Hillenbarger moving it out wide. Here comes the Eagles in response. Frederick, the player out there wide. No real defensive pressure on her. They're going to let her dribble it up into that attacking third. She'll have to move it up now as the defense finally decides to man her up. Bobcats. We're going to kick this out, and it will go out of bounds off of one of the Eastern Michigan players. So the Bobcats will have a throw-in on that far side. Under 30 minutes left to go until halftime. Eagles up 1-0 over the Bobcats. Out of bounds off of the Bobcats, so Eagles get a throw-in in that deep territory. Throw-in looking to get it into the center of the box, headed away by the Bobcats. Recovered here by Eastern Michigan. That looks like Frederick back there. Losing it. Bobcats coming back the other way, but looks like cleanup duty by Chiroto just for a moment, and then it's going to be taken away again by the Bobcats. Here they come. Got a 3-on-4 in favor of Eastern Michigan as they try to scramble back defensively, looking to get this one here to Lecky, but that one's cut off and coming back the other way. Moving it forward. Here come the Eagles. It's going to be Osborne. She's got everybody beat, passes it out, and the Bobcats get it back. Ladies in white have it. Dropping it back. Trying to reset now. It's Calico. Moving it out wide. Dropping it all the way back to the keeper outside of the box. Advancing it back forward. Sensky. Up that far sideline, cut off here by the Eagles. Coming up. It's going to be by Mcneal. Mcneal moving it up in the middle of the field. Looking for the box. Looking for somebody to pass it to. She has to take it out wide. Running out of real estate and just kicks this one out of bounds. It was not tipped by a Bobcat, so it will be a goal kick by Ohio.
You got to love the aggressiveness here by the Eagles to start off this game. It all started, though, the Bobcats were pushing the ball down the field and really, really trying hard. And now the Eagles have just come out, and that good defense has led to better offense.
Got bodies flying all over the place, and it does look like I believe they blew the whistle over there, so free kick for Ohio. Going to take it quick. Now coming back the other way. Breeden moving it up here now to Calico. Calico looking for somebody in the middle there. She advances it. It's going to be Molesky. Tries to center it. She's got somebody open but cannot complete it, and then the Eagles will wisely clear it away, but just for a moment. As the pressure continues on, and now they will split out still.
And that was another great ball placement there by the Bobcats, putting the ball exactly where it needed to be. Unfortunately, it was just on the wrong shoulder of the Bobcat player in the box.
And we do have a late whistle here now, so looks like it'll be a free kick for the Bobcats. Taking it is going to be Sensky. Wait for everybody to get in position. See how far she can kick this one into the box. Looking for somebody. Eastern Michigan, though, steps up, and it's Tossa. Fighting forward all over the place now. Bobcats reel it back in. Townsend moving it out wide here to Kaka. Kaka moving it back into Townsend. Going out wide here. Lecky in the corner. Tries to center it. Almost finds Townsend. Now here comes a shot. Goal! The Ohio Bobcats come back and respond, tying it up at 1-1. We will confirm the goal scorer here in just a second. Well, what a beautiful cross there, Zach, and the finish.
And it went perfectly into that left corner of the box in the exact area that Wexel could not get to it. And it ends up being in favor of the Bobcats that time. Excuse me, that was Abbott's who could not get to it. And that's going to tie up our game here. And we really saw that after all the aggressiveness coming from the Bobcats after that early Eagles score. And you wonder if that has anything to do with the defensive play.
Mcneal moves it forward into the near side corner. Try to cross it in. Ohio clears it out. The spawned long shot goes wide.
That goal was scored by Molesky. Olivia Molesky, a part of that All-MAC first team, the senior, scored that goal for the Bobcats.
Well, knotted up at 1 here. 26 minutes left to go, just under that until halftime. Sydney Maham looking to let her team get settled here. She'll kick this one on the goal kick off, try to get it as deep as she can. Ohio steps up into it, but Eastern Michigan looks to send it back deep into the zone. They've got a runner. It's going to be Hollenberger. Tries to get it. Defense recovers nicely. Hollenberger gets this one back, but it's going to be cleared here for the moment by the Bobcats. Running it down, trying to get to it is Frederick.
It's going to go out of bounds, though.
Does go out of bounds. Eastern Michigan quick to the throw-in, a deep throw-in, and then once again headed out of bounds again by Knorr. Waiting for another throw-in here. Bobcats, Eastern Michigan trying to advance it. Bobcats trying to defend again. Bobcats responding easily to the Eastern Michigan goal. Eastern Michigan looked like they had been on the press, and Ohio was finding some holes, and they made it work. Back now on the Eagle side of the field. It's going to be at the feet of Shura. Shura trying to move it forward. Taken away. Good defense there by Calico, but it's right back to Scrips. Scrips going to center it here. Ramirez moving it out wide now here to Frederick. Frederick trying to work the sideline, going to that corner. Cut off there by the defense. Looked like it was DeGratis. Moving it in now. Eastern Michigan. Hollenberger trying to center it. Ohio steps in. Deep in their own zone, they'll clear it out of bounds. Frederick looks like she'll be the one to throw it in on that far side. There's a deep one there momentarily by the Eagles, but Bobcats have the numbers. Going to go deep back in that corner. Looks like number 4, Peyton Davis, goes out of bounds for a goal kick. As most soccer games go, Zach, it just seems like it's waves of one team having the attack, then all suddenly it just turns around. That's kind of how soccer usually goes, though, Zach. But talk about weathering a storm when you're the one back on your heels trying to defend, as we see this one get knocked out of bounds there near midfield. Talk about like trying to weather that storm defensively, looking for your chance to break out and go in transition.
And it's all about that aggressiveness. We saw a lot of aggressiveness early on. When we looked at the Bowling Green game, Bowling Green against Buffalo, it's all about that aggressiveness on defense. And so far, as you mentioned, it's been off and on for both Ohio and Eastern Michigan. A lot of aggressiveness.
Shot out wide, trying to find. That looks like that was looking for Lecky. Lecky does gather it back in the corner, but she could not get to the cross. Backing it out near to Kaka. Kaka back to Lecky. Lecky Looking to work some footwork now. Centering this one deep. Looking for the header. She misses. Eastern Michigan recovers, but Ohio had a chance. As this one goes out of bounds. Looks like for another goal kick.
And it's all about that pressure in the box. There's been a lot of white in that box over there on the Eastern Michigan side. Gonna go ahead and get you a substitution really quick. Trotting on out for the Eastern Michigan Eagles, number 8, Simone Chiodo will check out.
Abbott's waiting for everybody to settle back in before she kicks this one away on the goal kick. One there by the Eagles. They'll look to set up now. Gets this one out here, out wide. Shira moving it up.
Another substitution incoming.
Bobcats working it around, trying to find a way to break out now here, but Eastern Michigan continuing to apply pressure. Mcneal, take it away. Bobcats come back the other way. Lecky. Good defense there. Take it away by Wheeler. Wheeler loses it. Now Bobcats have to reset. Durig dropping it back to Sensky. Sensky going to drop it back all the way back to Malham, the goalkeeper. To the feet of Breeden. Breeden moving out wide now here to Calico. Calico played some strong defense as Mcneal tries to take it away, and Eastern Michigan does recover, but only for a moment. Here comes Ramidos, and then Bobcats get it back, moving it forward deep into the zone, putting the pressure there for the Bobcats. It's Townsend, and then cleared out here by the Eagles. Right back to the Bobcats. Lecky dropping it back now to Calico. Calico dropping it back on the Bobcat side here to Breeden. Breeden looking to move it forward. Fighting for the ball here. Bobcats, Eagles. See a couple players at the ground. No whistle. Play on, says the official. Moving out wide in that corner. That looks like it's DeGuras. Deep in the corner. Looking for somebody to get it to. Fakes out her woman. Here it goes to the corner box. Headed away by the Eagles. Eagles looking to clear. Bobcats continue to apply pressure. And then finally moving this one out to the neutral area of the field and coming back the other way, or at least trying to before she lost her footing. Looked like Hollenberger.
And the defense for the Eagles is standing tall for right now, but the Bobcats just keep hammering that wall, and it's just a matter of time.
Back and forth we go here. It's going to be Calico. Taken away. Mcneal. Mcneal moving it forward. Trying to beat them all by herself. She's got a beat. Try to cross it forward. Deep shot. And, ooh, just punched wide. Sydney Malham jumping up and punching that one wide. Actually looked like it might have just missed. Didn't get a hand on it, but still pretty good shot attempt there. Just a little bit off frame.
From our view up here in the press box, it looked like she just fanned that one away with her left hand. But the official didn't think so, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Bobcats. Substitutions coming in, I think. Did not get the official announcement.
Bobcats trying to move it back into Eastern Michigan territory. They got it out wide. Fancy that looks like Maloney perhaps out there. Now it's at the feet of maybe Daro. Daro, yes. Now this back one in, looking to get it, drop it back. Calico. Getting this one out wide to Molesky. Molesky, dribble move there, beating her defender. Now she's going to put this one from far out. Pretty easy routine ball there, though, for Chelsea Abbott's.
Great catch there, because at the same time, if that bats off her hands and rotates in at the wrong way, that's a score.
Also got to imagine being out there in the cold, it becomes just a little bit harder to catch that ball because it hurts just a little bit more. Your hands, of course, they are in gloves, but they're still out there getting cold. Those only do so much, and your hands will start to freeze every time the ball hits your hands. Hurts just a little bit more. Now this ball's going to be advanced here by Shira. She's moving it up on that Sears sideline. Looks to center it. She's got a woman. Trying to center it in the box. Good defense there by the Bobcats. Looked like a golden opportunity. I believe that was Scrips once again trying to find her second goal of the game, but the Bobcats defense recovers. Santa Catarina lost by the Ohio Bobcats. Now it's Wheeler. Wheeler
Substitutions inbound.
Ramitos. Hulleberger out wide. Now it's at the feet of Davis. Davis getting backed into the corner by the defense. There it's Noor on her. Dropping it back to Frederick. Headed away. Attempting to cross that one into the box. Moving this one out wide here. Now here come the Bobcats the other way. It's at the feet of Lecky. Lecky splitting it out wide, trying to find Molesky, but recovered there by the Eagles and Davis. Davis looking to advance it here through the neutral third and out. Cleared. Back on Eastern Michigan's side, they clear it away back into the Bobcats side, and we go back and forth across the line. Bobcats looking to find some offense here. Looking to go and break out here in transition, but kicked away again by Eastern Michigan, headed back by the Bobcats. Lecky. Stolen by Eastern Michigan. Now here comes Eastern Michigan back the other way. Cheryl leads the breakout. She's looking for someone to get it to. She goes through the middle, chips it out wide here. That's Mcneal. Mcneal in the corner, looking to work it into the box. And the one-on-one situation, almost loses it off of her fancy footwork. Looks to center it, and off of the Bobcats right to their goaltender on the tip, and Malham. 16:30 left to go here until halftime, tied at 1 apiece.
Malham, you notice, just puts her hand down, just says, slow it down. We're going to just try to work through this.
Ramitos heads this one away. Eastern Michigan trying to recover, gets this one over. As Bobcats split back out, trying to send the through ball. It's a breakaway, one-on-one, but it's going to be cleared away there by Tossa. Recovered there, I believe that's Adams. Adams trying to get this one back in the box. No correction, it's Townsend. Townsend looking to center. Gets this one to the center there. Strike towards the goal. It's saved there by Abbots.
That was a great stop, getting down on her knees just to make that catch. That ball almost went in, and just a diving stop there by the goalkeeper.
Hollenbarger got that one momentarily. She'll get it back again after it's dropped back to her. Senders this one here to Tossend. Moving this one up. Gets it there to Wheeler. Wheeler in the middle of the field, trying to get it back up across. Ramitos out wide. Now to Frederick. Frederick back to Ramitos. Moving it forward. On the run here comes Hollenberger. Defense is there, though, for the Bobcats. Get it back in the box. Tussling for it. Bobcats take it away. Moving it forward. Out wide. Bobcats chip it forward. Knocked back there again by Frederick. Frederick looking to center it deep in the attacking zone. Could be in the hands. Strike towards goal. Easy money, though, there from Malham. Scoops it right up and quickly gets it back out. Bobcats have got plenty of space on the near sideline. Going to send this one in the middle there. Number 24, Young. Splitting it out wide. Molesky moving it back out here in the middle. Now back out wide. Bobcats, or correction, Eastern Michigan comes away with the takeaway. But clearing it away is Calico. Calico gets it back after the touch by Lecky. Lecky working it around, trying to get it here now to Santa Catarina. Moving it around. Players draping all over each other. And we do hear the whistle. And it'll be foul and free kick.
And that's the really unique thing about playoff soccer as opposed to regular season soccer. With regular season, there's a lot of, well, there's the next game to go look forward to. You don't have to be as aggressive. You don't have to be as crazy. But with this being semifinal play, the winner of this game gets to remain here in Bowling Green, Ohio, whereas the loser, unfortunately, has to travel back home and their season ends. So there's a lot more aggressiveness because there's a lot more on the line here tonight.
Win or go home, the name of the game. This one kicked in deep here into the box by Sensky. Cleared out for a moment, but here comes Noor back. Return strike. And then once again gathered in there by Chelsea Abbots.
And Abbott's back there definitely making her money back there. Making a lot of great saves as she's being tested a lot here in this first half.
Not making her money as she's an amateur collegiate athlete, but get the analogy. Moving it forward here now by Lecky. Pressing forward. Looks like Molesky. Molesky looking for somebody to do with it. She's at the top of the box. Strikes. Saved. Going here again. Right to, again, Abbots. Abbots has played every strike so well. Scoops that one in here and kind of slowing things down as we hit the 13 left to go here in the first half of play. Tied at 1. Ohio Bobcats, Eastern Michigan Eagles. Going head to head. Tripped up there. It looked like that was number 14, Osborne. And free kick here now for the Eagles.
A little bit of a turf war down there in the stands as the Bobcat fans are trying to just out-voice the Eagle fans.
Shira trying to move this one forward now, gets to Mcneal. Mcneal moves it forward, but immediately taken away there by Townsend. Townsend loses it. Aaliyah Frederick for Eastern Michigan. Now to Remedos. Remedos moving it forward, trying to find the deep pass there. Bobcats, for a moment, try to clear it out, but Eastern Michigan can recover. Shira moving it forward. Once again, Bobcats recover defensively to try to clear it out, but still can't quite do it as here comes Remedos. Moving it out wide now. Frederick gets the ball off the foot of Osborne, moving it out on that far side, going to the neutral third, trying to find the attacking zone. Taken away once again by the Bobcats. That looks like Noor trying to push it up herself. Now she goes out wide. She's got a teammate out there. It's at the feet of Molesky. Molesky has to drop it back. Zedsky covering. Noor. Dropping it back here in the center to Breen. Breen now works out to the near side here on the opposite side of the field. Kaka moving it forward. Good recovery by Eastern Michigan as Lecky gets it. Has to drop it back now to Kaka. Back now to Breen. Breen back to Lecky. Lecky surrounded by defense. She's going to get this one here up the field to Abby Townsend. And it's going to get dropped back. Here comes the press. Looks like Paige Noor looking to move it forward. Actually, correction, I believe that was Daro on that far side trying to work that ball. But taken away by Eastern Michigan and back the other way, Mcneal and company. Scrips out of bounds. Off of a Bobcat player, though, so Mcneal will throw this ball in here for Eastern Michigan.
We're going to get some substitutions in here. Trotting in, number 6 for the Eagles, or excuse me, for the Bobcats. That's Olivia Paige. Number 7, Jenny Santa Catarina will check out. There were other substitutions, but I did not catch the names.
Hollebarger drops this one back here now to Shira. Shira tries to center it. Hagerbarger going now here, take it away. Moving it forward is Bobcats rather. Take it away. Cripps moving it forward. Bobcats come back strong with the challenge. Moving it through the neutral third. Coming up now here, it's Young. Young dropping it back to Molesky. Molesky moving out wide now here to Lecky. Lecky working here against the defense. Couple of dribble moves, centering the ball herself. Going on goal. Again, it's easy for Abbott's.
And as I mentioned, Abbott's is getting a lot of work back there, as it seems that more so this Eagles team is becoming more offensive than defensive and trying to score more than protecting the goal. And that could be a huge hole to exploit if you're the Bobcats.
7 shots on goal by the Bobcats, just 3 from Eastern Michigan. Out of bounds here. Bobcats cleared it out, so it'll be Eagles to throw it in. Shira. Will throw it in. Eagles keep it going. Mcneal trying to move the ball, looking for someone to cross it into. She's in the box, looking to find someone to center it to. It's going to be punched away. Still not clear. Shot on goal. Score! It looked like Kristen Hagelbarger.
That was a great shot there. Great placement. You got to give a little bit of credit there to Malham, the goalkeeper for Ohio, just punching that ball up into the air, getting it away from the goal the first time. But then Eastern Michigan comes right back, and Kristen Hollebarger just puts that ball in the net. Great shot there by the Eagles.
Beautiful placement after, the weak punch there by, I say it was weak, by Malham. It didn't clear the ball like she wanted it to, and it falls, right to the feet. Hollebarger gets it, and she just puts it on frame before Malham can recover. 2-1 Eastern Michigan. Now we'll see if Ohio can respond again. Here comes the Bobcats, but it's quickly taken care of.
Okay, come on, guys.
Moving it close here. Feet of, looks like Wheeler. Wheeler passing it back. Going over to Frederick. Frederick moving this one up now deep into the Bobcats territory. She's got Hollebarger, but there's an offsides called here on Eastern Michigan, so it'll come back the other way with a free kick. 2-1, almost 8 minutes left to go, just over here till halftime. Eastern Michigan with the advantage over the Ohio Bobcats. Bobcats trying to find a way to respond like they did the first time when Eastern Michigan went up 1-0. Meanwhile, Eastern Michigan trying to build an advantage here, continue their path and their route to the conference finals. Eastern Michigan gets it back. It's Scrips trying to move it forward. Bobcats apply some pressure and they take it away. Looks like Maloney pushing this one forward. Correction, that's actually Olivia Paige moving this one forward.
And this is a big couple minutes here for both teams as we start to head towards halftime with about 7:40 left on the clock. You would like to see this game go tied if you're the Bobcats going into the half. But if you're the Eagles and you play some solid defense here, all that momentum really sticks with you throughout. And that's a good sign for a good team, as it's a winner go home, winner to take on the Bowling Green Falcons on Sunday.
I was once, I remember hearing a saying, I think while watching International Soccer, the World Cup most recently, something along the lines of you are most vulnerable, both teams are most vulnerable after a goal is scored. One team can get caught napping, the other, as we see this one go deep in the box, so it looks like Eastern Michigan will be able to clear it up, just for the moment anyway. It's going to be Mcneal. Because the one team that scored can get caught napping, and the other team that got scored on could potentially allow a letdown and allow another goal as they try to recover themselves.
And that's a sign of a good team, of a team that can immediately score a goal and then turn around and get back on defense, because that's where your money is made, on defense.
Kaka moving it forward. Molesky in the middle field moves this one out wide. Eastern Michigan recovers as the pass did not go as intended. It's Frederick recovering and pressing this one forward. Eastern Michigan takes it away. In the middle of the zone, we switch possessions again. Halle, most recent goal scorer, gets this one out wide. Frederick tries to press on that sideline. Centering. Tossa. Daro tries to press it forward here. She kicks it forward. Young gets it. Eastern Michigan continuing to apply pressure as Lecky has to drop it back. Bobcats just trying to find a way to break out of their own zone. Stepping in front of that one, it was Remedios moving it forward here now, pressing it deep. Bobcats had a runner, but cut off there by one of the defenders for Eastern Michigan. And once again, coming back the other way, Scrips has to drop it back to Remedios back to Frederick. Frederick trying to go out wide. This one just cleared, so we'll throw in Eastern Michigan. Frederick to throw it in. Eastern Michigan looking to dribble this one around here, try to develop something themselves. Get this one deep there. It's Halle trying to advance, but good cut off there by Zinski. And a large tipped out of bounds, so Eastern Michigan will get a throw in.
And a large plan here by the Eagles, at least, is just try to dribble out the clock. Every couple of dribbles, every couple of touches, every time the ball goes out of bounds, this clock still moves. And they just want to look to get into halftime for a little bit of a break and to put more momentum on their side.
Frederick trying to press forward. 2-1 Eastern Michigan on top over Ohio. Eastern Michigan again on the attack, but Ohio trying to clear this one out. See if they can try to get out and score on the fast break. This one dropped back here now to Shira. Shira moves it in the middle. Diving stop made there by now. Scrips gets this one. Moving it in now out here to Mcneal. Mcneal looking to cross it in again. Beats the defender with a dribble move. She gets deep, crosses it into the box. Has a man back there, going back into the net. Score!
That's a header there by number 10, Sabrina Mcneal, the all-MAC first-team forward. The redshirt junior gets it to Kristen Holleberger on the far side to put that header in the net. Holleberger's second goal tonight, but that's leadership right there by the all-MAC first-team player, Sabrina Mcneal, to put that ball exactly where it needed to be for a score by the Eagles.
3-1 Eagles now lead Ohio with their backs against the wall. Still 4 minutes to go until the end of the half. But right now, Eastern Michigan finding their offense here.
And the big thing that does is quiet this Ohio Bobcats crowd as it's been predominantly the Bobcats. I don't know if you can hear them through our mics here, but now the Eagles fans are on their feet and they're going crazy, and it builds a little bit of a lead and a little bit of a cushion for this Eagles defense.
Breeden moving this one here forward up to Calico. Calico trying to move it forward, but taken away by Wheeler. And now here come Eastern Michigan on the way back. Mcneal moving up the sideline. She's looking to do some dribble moves here again. She's going to try to go center now. She beats her woman. She's going in deep, see if she can cross. She crosses in front of goal. Cut off there by a Bobcat. Should have allowed it to go right to Sydney Malham, who was ready to take and intercept the pass herself, kind of settle things down. But here come the Bobcats the other way.
Now, if you're the Bobcats, what you really want to do with this is put it in the net. Try to close that deficit up as we get ready to go under the 3-minute mark here at Cochrane Soccer Stadium.
Bodies intertangling, but Ohio keeps the ball moving forward, far side, trying to work it back middle. Looks like that's number 8, Daro out there. Cleared away by Eastern for the second, but recovered by Ohio. Still on that far sideline, looking to center it. Again, Eastern Michigan steps up and clears it away. Trying to get it over now to the two-time goal scorer in this game, Halle. Frederick sending it up the far sideline. She's got Scrips. Can't get to it. Bobcats recover. Mcneal loses it. Kaka moving it forward. Now it's Paige. Paige over to Molesky. Molesky going out to that far side. Throw in Eastern Michigan. This one is tipped out by the Bobcats. Trying to go forward. Gets this one thrown in to Wheeler. Wheeler tried to return to Frederick, but it goes out of bounds this time off of Eastern Michigan. Bobcats looking to try to catch them off. Man, just go with some tempo here. Doesn't fool Eastern as they keep it going. Eastern, I think, seems content to try to dribble out this half with the 3-1 lead. Meanwhile, got to be careful about being too conservative, Zach.
Yeah, you don't really want to play it too safe, but at the same time, I would just be content to let this clock run and just focus on playing defense.
Out of bounds here off of Eastern Michigan, so Ohio will throw this one in. A minute 40 left to go. Kaka moving this one forward. Maddie Young now at the feet of Lecky. Lecky being pressured all over the place by number 23, Shira. Shot to recover, and now here comes the Eastern Michigan defense to back off just for a moment. And now it's being pushed forward now. Townsend looking to center it. He's got some space to work with here. Passes it forward. Lecky centering it in. Shot. Goal! Oh, wait, no, just wide. Offsides, actually.
The ball did go in the net, just to make it clear, but the offsides was the call as we tick under 1 minute remaining here in the first half of the second game of the semifinals.
It's Olivia Paige with the opportunity there, but she was, I believe, called off. Yeah, she was called offsides. Otherwise, they would have been now 3-2, which was a lot of a. Looks a lot more exciting at 3-2 than 3-1. It's a lot easier to say we can come back from 3-2 than 3-1. Not to say that you can't come back from down 3-1, but the road looks a lot easier, only down by 1 as opposed to 2. Ohio continuing to press here. 25 seconds left to go here in the first half. 3-1, Eastern Michigan leading the Bobcats.
And it looks as though Eastern Michigan's quite content whenever they get the ball just to kick it out of bounds and take the 10 seconds.
Krebs, Kaka moving it over to Paige. Paige trying to find something here. Now 10 seconds left to go. Molesky. Centered one back in here. Eastern Michigan just falling back here into a prevent version. And that will be the end of the half as the whistle sounds. 3-1 Eastern Michigan Eagles over the Ohio Bobcats. And Zach, Eastern Michigan made it here because they upset the Ball State Cardinals. And right now, they are definitely looking like a team that's riding high and looking really like they should have been the 2 seed all along in this tournament.
And Eastern Michigan, it all starts on that defensive end. We saw a lot during that first half, especially early on, that Ohio came out aggressive and just kept pounding and pounding and pounding. And as any sturdy brick wall will go, if you keep hitting it with that sledgehammer, eventually that wall will fall down. But the offense for Eastern Michigan was able to get going, and they drove down the field, gave the Bobcat defense and their goalkeeper, Abbott's, an opportunity just to breathe and rebuild a little bit. and it's been all Eastern Michigan so far. Only 2 substitutions for the Eagles as well. Most of their starters getting a lot of action, and that could be a factor going into the second half, just pure fatigue.
Of course, both sides have pressed their offensive advantage a lot here in this one, especially at the end. We saw Ohio there trying to find that one goal, bring it back within 1 going into the half. Eastern Michigan, though, they stood strong. As you said, that wall took the pounding and continued to stand strong. What did you see, and how can they continue to do that? What adjustments maybe Ohio could make?
I think for Ohio, you really got to sit there and start leaning on your playmakers. Olivia Molesky, Abby Townsend, your 2 All-MAC first-team players. Victoria Breeden, the All-MAC second-team player. Maddie Young, the All-Freshman player. You've got a lot of talent on if you're Ohio University. You've got a lot of opportunities to score and move the ball down the field. And mostly you got to look you need to stop putting Malham and your defense in a position of vulnerability. If you're the Bobcats, you want to go out here and you say, you know what, we're in a good spot. We're only down by 2. We got to look at it as if it is just a 0-0 game.
All right, with that, we will step aside and we will come back with the first half stat update as well as the second half action. You're listening to MAC semifinals tournament women's soccer here on YouTube Live.
Are you bringing it back, or would you like me to bring it back?
I'll bring back out here at Cochrane Stadium in Bowling Green, Ohio. It continues to get colder outside. The sun has gone completely away, but the lights are bright, especially if you are the Eastern Michigan Eagles, who lead 3-1 over the Ohio Bobcats. But this one is not done by any means. Ohio has the means to try to come back and storm back in this one, Zach.
Oh, absolutely. No team is out of it until that final clock says all zeros. Of course, though, the momentum's all with the Eagles right now. They came off of a great win against Ball State last week, an upset victory over the number 2 seed. They are here tonight trying to prove why it should have been them in the 2 seed. Other than the Falcons and the Ball State Cardinals in the standings, every other seed was essentially open for the taking in the Mid-American Conference this year, and Eastern Michigan is playing as if they were a 1 seed tonight, and it's all started on that defensive side of the ball.
And yeah, I mean, you mentioned the seeding battle that went on in the Mid-American Conference standings. When you take a look at it, I mean, when you looked at it, it was, okay, here's BG and Ball State kind of up and above everybody else, and then there's 3 through 8, everybody's fighting, jockeying for position. The only one who was really, really out of it for the majority of the season was Northern Illinois, who only scored 1 point in the standings with a tie. And you did and we also were talking with the press box. We mentioned about it. People from Eastern Michigan did mention, hey, when we played Ball State last time, when Eastern Michigan played Ball State last time, they lost in overtime, and they had an opportunity to win it. The shot just hit the post, just missed. And, you know, when they had that opportunity in the tournament to come back and say, hey, we can do it, they did it. And now here today, they're playing the 6th-seeded Bobcats, and they're continuing to flex that kind of dominance they felt they had in them every year. And all year, I mean.
And that loss to Ball State earlier in the season, it was a true heartbreaker. A ball went right off the crossbar, and that was their shot, and it did not go in. But now they went up against Ball State, and they dominated. They're going up tonight, and they're dominating. They're going in with that chip on their shoulder, being the 7th seed. And if you're a Falcon fan, that makes this team dangerous, and that makes them a team you don't want to face on Sunday. But as it stands right now, it looks like that's the team that they're going to be playing. But there's 45 minutes left to play, and it's a winner-go-home scenario. The winner to play the Falcons on Sunday, the loser to hit the showers and head back to their respective college tomorrow.
So Eastern will be the one to kick this one off after Ohio kicked off the first half. You take a look at the score sheet here. Ohio's actually outshot as well as put more shots on frame than Eastern. However, Eastern, of course, has made 3 of their 6 shots, and Ohio's only made 1 of their 10. Ohio trying to advance this one, and again, Ohio will be now going right to left, and Eastern will be going left or right to left.
44 minutes to decide who plays the Falcons on Sunday. Will it be the Bobcats or will it be the Eagles?
Will we have a bird fight or will the Cats sneak in? Either way, it's a vicious fight. Falcons, Eagles, 2 very vicious predator birds, and Bobcats are no soft.
Bobcats are no
joke. No soft kitty cats either.
Bobcats will hurt you in the wild. If you see a bobcat, please go nowhere near it.
Do not try to pet it.
Unless it's a zoo, and even in that case, don't pet the bobcat. No, son, you cannot pet the bobcat.
Victoria Breen trying to move this one up the side. Eastern Michigan quickly comes back the other way after taking it away. Moving it up the field now. It's in the feet of Shira. Trying to advance it. Trying to center it here. Going across and cleared away by the Bobcats. Dangerously, almost. And then here comes another attempt at it. Tipped, and it is good. Might be an own goal.
That was number 11.
And that is, it is correct, it is Hellenbar. And I believe I'm being told that's the 6th hat trick in program history. Hellenbarger, who just scored her third goal. She has come to play, and it was Hallenberger from, I believe I'm hearing, Remedios.
Hallenberger just was in the right spot at the right time. That's a lot of what some of these goals for the Eagles have been tonight. Just getting into a spot where the goalkeeper, Malham, could not be at, and just puts that ball in the back of the net. Great shot there by the Eagles.
Ohio coming back the other way, tries to put a shot. Oh, but it goes too high. That was off the foot, I believe, of Abby Townsend. Clearly, the Bobcats are not going to roll over and take their medicine on this one. It is 4-1 Eastern Michigan early here in the second half, but Bobcats will fight to the bitter end. They will try to scratch and claw their way back into this one.
And again, that's a huge momentum killer because you go into the half and you make all these adjustments. Head coach for the Bobcats, Aaron Rodgers, not the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, but Aaron Rodgers goes over and he tells his team, hey, these are the adjustments we need to make. This is what we need to do. And then for the Eagles just to come out and put a score on the board, that's a huge momentum killer against the Bobcats.
Derek trying to come back the other way, kicks it out wide. DeCurtis tries to center it, going in and cleared out here by Eastern Michigan. Trying to come back the other way, chipping it out wide. Looks like Davis. Davis moving it up the near side here, trying to go back on the attack. Back into Bobcat territory, got a free runner, but it's offsides as, boy, Hallenberger coming out aggressive, trying to find goal number 4.
Hallenberger has not sat this half, in the first half. Most of these Eastern Michigan players have not sat at all. Only 2 substitutions in that first half, and I think that's really the important thing here in the beginning stages of the second half, to put points on the board before fatigue starts to kick in.
Moving up, we hear the now fans kind of mocking each other. Bobcats fans saying, we are louder than you guys still. Yeah, but I think, Eastern Michigan brought a flag, and they're running it back and forth every time they score. So
yeah, but Ohio University brought a very dedicated father, and that is that's tough to beat.
And they brought cowbell.
Oh, cowbell. I think I need more cowbell.
Moving up the sideline here on that far side. Eastern Michigan eventually runs out of real estate, and Bobcats get the throw in. Trying to go quick. Now she'll take it slow.
And I think that's something that head coach Aaron Rodgers really did talk about to his team during the half is fatigue. Play fast, play aggressive. This team, yeah, they're beating us right now, but at the same time, they're playing a lot of minutes, and eventually they're going to wear down. And especially, it's something to watch if you're a Falcons fan, because if the score stays the way it is, the Eagles could be tired come Sunday.
Here comes the press forward here from Townsend, trying to move it out wide. Now gets it back up in the middle there. I believe out there that's Dierig. Move it up, that's Townsend. Townsend looking to center it. Blocked nicely there on the attempted pass by the defender.
It's going to be a corner kick.
It's going to be a corner kick, a perfect opportunity for Ohio to try to get themselves back in this one from that far corner. Trotting her way over is Paige Knorr. She will be the one to strike it from the corner, try to put a good ball for one of her players to get the header.
Big clump in front of the goal. Couple players behind, but for the most part, it's a high kick, but not enough distance, and the Eagles will recover.
Right back to Knorr, though. She'll try to center it again. Does find Selinsky. Selinsky tries to put that one on goal, but nice play there by Chelsea Abbots.
And that was a close play, actually. If you were watching, the Bobcats had a player streaking just towards the end, and Abbots gets on top of it just before the Bobcats could get there.
Osborne tries to put this one deep, trying to find Davis, but it is going to be cleared out of bounds, but it'll be cleared out of bounds by Paige Knorr and the Bobcats. So throw in here for Eastern Michigan. Frederick throwing this one deep and out of bounds once again, I believe off of a Bobcat again. So another throw in for the Eagles. Frederick again to throw it in. Still, she'll be looking for Hallenberger. This one cleared out of bounds again by Ohio, so another throw in and deeper again for Frederick and the Eagles.
And this has been a really fast-playing game as opposed to the Falcons and Bulls earlier.
Townsend dribble move, tries to put this one on frame, but it is well wide.
But not a lot of clock stoppages. It's been a relatively error-free game. and it's just been a very well-played game.
Correction, that was Scrips trying to put it on frame, but just wide. Malham with the goal kick, trying to get this one out of her zone and get it to her players, but it's going to be returned right there by Mcneal. Mcneal gets it over to Hallebarger. Hallebarger tries to do a dribble move, but I think the Bobcat defense is zoned in on her now as a primary goal scorer, as she has, of course, the 6th program hat trick for Eastern Michigan.
And you see that aggressiveness by the Bobcats pressuring that back line for Eastern Michigan earlier in the game. They gave Eastern Michigan a bit of time on that back line, but now the Bobcats, knowing that they had to put 3 goals on the board just to tie it, they're playing a lot more aggressive.
Bobcats get this one back. It's Townsend. She's moving it up here now into Eastern Michigan territory, looking to find a way to cross it in. Eastern Michigan playing strong defense. It's 16 on 16, forcing a bad pass there, and Eastern Michigan gets it back. Good defense there by Remedios. And now Eastern Michigan trying to get this one out wide, coming back the other way, but no one in that same zip code. And so this one will be cleared out there by Sydney Malham.
Ball goes out of bounds as the Eagles are taking more of a defensive standpoint, not really pressuring the ball on the right side of the field, more so trying to protect their own zone.
Senski putting this one here forward. There's no Bobcats there. Trying to run that one down quickly and get it out is Tossa for Eastern Michigan. It is cleared out of bounds, so Ohio with a quick throw in here will go back to work. In their white jerseys, Eastern Michigan is in green. Trying to advance this one forward, goes out of bounds for a goal kick.
And now if you're Ohio, now the pressure is on. You can't look at it as if you're still tied 0-0 or maybe just down 1-0. You now have to put 3 goals on the board. Of course, there have been games where goals have been scored within a minute and a half. But if you're the Bobcats, you got to really put on the pressure right now.
Malham will send this one away. Fighting for it, Eastern Michigan got the first touch, but Bobcats win it back. But lost here. Eastern Michigan coming up the sideline once again. Hallebarger looking for something to do with it, continues to dribble it, moves it forward with a through pass. Here comes number 18, Scrips. Scrips looking to center it, but knocked off the ball. And a good play there by Senski that gets a little physical there at the end. Does go out of bounds for a goal kick. No whistles blown on that one. Get this one over to Bobcats, number 3, Senski. Senski looking to move it up here now. I believe that's number 23. It is. Now moving it back. Senski, all the way back, defensive player, moving it out cross field, switching the field up. Gets this one out wide. Bobcats lose it here to the Eagles again. Frederick looking to work the sideline. We'll drop it back. Osborne moving it forward. Back onto Bobcat territory. Scrips, advancing it forward. Here comes, and again, shot on goal. Goal! Kristen Hollenbarger, goal number 4. She is on fire.
And that right there is the most goals scored in program history for Eastern Michigan.
In a single game.
And it's a single game.
But
and
still.
Hallebarger just down the middle, and nobody was seeming to contest her. She was surrounded by Ohio jerseys, but that goal is a heartbreaker for Ohio, as now Ohio has 35 minutes and 26 seconds to put 4 on the board. Just
to at least tie.
Just to tie what Hallebarger alone has put up. Great game by Hallebarger, and I just have a feeling, Donovan, that that's not the end that we'll be seeing of Kristen Hallebarger.
It's almost like Kristen Hallebarger's out there playing a video game and put it on easy mode, how easy it has looked for her today. She's just finding open lanes all over the place. She's got some really good passes, too, and then she's been striking it true.
The only other Eastern Michigan Eagle to score was Scrips off of a nice placed header. But other than that, it's been all Hallebarger and Eastern Michigan coasting, looking to play on Sunday.
Seeing a historic game here for Hallebarger as far as the Eastern Michigan stat books are concerned. 6th sixth hat trick in program history, and then now most goals in a single game for any player in program history, 4 for her. And I guarantee you, you're right, Zach, we will not be calling her name.
Or we will be
calling her name. It's not the last time we've called her name.
There you go.
34 minutes left to go here in regulation. Moving this up here now, it's Osborne. Going to put this across midfield, but it's going to be headed back. Stepping up here is Wheeler. Davis, pressing this. It's Hollenberger out wide now, but she's offsides.
And that's about, I think that's the second time that Hollenberger has been called for offsides as she continues just to push that deep pressure on the side of the Bobcats.
This one being advanced now here by the Bobcats. Continuing fourth, it's Breeden going out wide now here. Taken away once again by the Bobcats. Advancing forward to Shira. Shira out wide. She's got Hollenberger in the middle of the field. She might be offside, so she's not going to pass it to her. Now Hollenberger gets back on sides. She's going to try to cross this one to Hollenberger, but not to be. Toss in. Crushing, that's Dierig. Move this one out wide. Quickly covered up there by Tossa, and Tossa is going to get pushed over there by a Bobcat on that far side. Whistle blows, and this will be a free kick or maybe a throw. No, it's going to be a free kick right near that sideline for the Bobcat, or the Eagles rather, who are going to take their time, of course, doing it. The clock does stop on the fouls, but also a conversation now being had from the official for Abby Townsend, rather.
And I think that the biggest thing with this kick right now isn't the fact that the Eagles had the ball. It's the fact that the clock has stopped.
Ball sent downfield. Sent over here from Mcneal. Mcneal to Hollenberger. Hollenberger trying to move it forward here, and the Bobcats recover defensively. Breeden sends it forward, but Hollenberger gets it back. Trying to fight for it over there, and this one's going to go, I think, out of bounds or...
That's a whistle against Hollenberger.
Is it going to be free? Switching field now here. It's going to go to Noor. Noor moving it up here to Dogardas, rather. Out of bounds off of the out for Eastern Michigan. Throw in here for Noor. Noor gets this one to Dierig. Dierig drops it back to Senski. Senski trying to push it forward. Got Townsend. Townsend moving along with the chest ball there. Trying to push it forward. Townsend. But great play coming out of the box, or coming out of her line there is Abbott's. Coming up, making the play, cutting off the angle and clearing that one away.
And Abbott's just gets over there and just swats the ball away. That could have been a risky play. She left the net unattended.
Crossing this one in, goes a little bit too far for her man in the center there, and coming back the other way are the Eagles. Trying to switch it up now here, going to Mcneal. Mcneal on that far side near the middle, though. She continues to push. She's surrounded by 4 white shirts. She continues to go 1-on-4. Puts this one on net. Blocked up there nicely, and then covered up by Malhem. She knocked it away eventually. Found she was still right on top of it and just cradled it. Here come the Bobcats the other way. 31-30 left to go here in regulation. Molesky advances the ball deep into Eagles. Clearing it out of bounds right near the corner, but it will be a throw-in for Eastern, as it was actually off of a Bobcat. Deep throw in there. Goes off of the shoulder of Mcneal, Sabrina Mcneal, so Bobcat throw in. Out of bounds.
And there's just a lack of urgency from the Bobcats. The Bobcat faithful have quieted down considerably here since Hildeberger's 4th goal of the night. And this game almost seems over at this point, although there's 30 minutes left. Again, it's not over until the clock sounds. But the Bobcats just don't have that urgency that they need to be having right now.
We see a Bobcat player take a ball to the face, and she is shaken up.
And you wonder if that's more so because it's just cold down there on the field, and that's a soccer ball.
Stinger.
Little bit of heat on it.
Couldn't hurt.
Yeah, a little bit of heat hitting your cold face. You'd think that would feel good, but no. I I've played soccer myself, and it is not a fun feeling.
I have as well. When it's warm, it hurts. When it's cold, it really hurts.
It's pain when it
feels like the world's biggest hornet just stuck its stinger right into the side of your cheek, and she is going to get checked up on here. She is good to go. Just had to kind of shake it up, let her vision kind of clear up.
And it looks like a substitution will occur. Don't see who's checking in, but as we saw with Kennedy White with the Falcons earlier, the officials just want to make sure that they're both okay. You don't want to see any player in college really take a bad hit, but she's going to get checked out.
Eastern Michigan trying to advance the ball, taken away there on a clean challenge. Bobcats come back the other way at the feet of Molesky. Molesky trying to advance it, passes it back, gets it right back. Advancing it forward. Moving it up now here to Townsend. Townsend loses it. Eastern Michigan clears. Hollenberger. Headed away there by Santa Catarina. Recovered by Eastern Michigan. In the middle of the field now they go to work, trying to find some clearing in the offense. Bobcats take it away, but Frederick will come up and send it down. Put right back there by Sensky. Recovered. Here comes Dirick. Dirick moving it up here to Townsend. Taken away, cleared away. Osborne out of bounds, throw in Bobcats.
And if I'm the Eagles, I know it's a 4-score game, but the one thing you do not want to have happen here is a goal scored against you, because what that does, that brings this Ohio crowd back into it to refuel their team and gives their team, the Ohio Bobcats, momentum.
Eastern Michigan gets a throw in here after it goes out of bounds off of a white jersey. So on that far side, we'll see Eastern Michigan throw it in. It's going to be Ramirez. Actually, it's going to be a free kick. Instead,
28-49 and counting here. Cochrane Soccer Stadium. The second game of semifinal play.
Cooks this one off. Headed away by the Bobcats. Recovered immediately, though. Bobcats send it back. Trying to get on the ball now here. They will on that far side. They'll try to advance. Trying to get to Townsend. Cleared away. Tossa sends it away, but we have a whistle on the play. And Ohio goes quick. Switching around the field here now to Noor advancing it forward. Trying to get it to Dargadas. She moves it forward, tries to get it center. Off of the foot there of Derek. But it's right now here to Townsend. Townsend trying to split the defense herself, going 1-on-4. And she can't do it. It's kind of knocked off her dribble, and she still recovers. Actually, question, it's Lecky, not Townsend. She tries to send a ball towards the net, but it's a weak ball and easily covered up there by Abbott's.
That's the first true shot on goal we've seen in just a little while. Now we're all tied up at 9 shots apiece, as this Eagles defense has just been unbeatable here in this second half.
Punted away by Abbott's. Eagles trying to get back on the ball. Bobcats trying to take it away, and they do. For a moment anyway before it's knocked out of bounds. And Eastern Michigan does get the throw in. You know, that big lead, big deficit is a two-edged sword, a double-edged sword, Zach. You know, if you're the team with the big lead, you can sometimes get yourself caught napping for a team like Ohio that's playing aggressively. And if you're Ohio, you could sometimes lose your focus and say, well, this one's done anyway, even though you still got 27 minutes. How do you coach in this situation?
Well, the big thing that you have to keep in mind is that it's also a win-or-go-home scenario. There's plenty of seniors on this Ohio team, although it is a fairly young team, but there are players on this team who know that this could be the end of their college career. There's a lot riding on this game, as it's hard to even just get to the semifinal itself. Look at Eastern Michigan, for example. Eastern Michigan, to most people, were supposed to lose to Ball State and came out and upset. So you never know if it's possible to get back to this semifinal match. But if you're Ohio and you're a head coach, Aaron Rodgers, you need to be sitting there coaching and say, play it 1 goal at a time. I know it's a 4-point deficit, but we got to keep playing our game the way that we know how to. You got to stay relaxed. Don't be too over-aggressive. This game is not over.
Eastern Michigan on the ball. Ohio finally gets it back. It's sent back by Sensky. Returned, though. Getting rid of it now is Breeden. Breeden out wide. Trying to advance the ball here to Townsend. Townsend loses it. Eastern Michigan pushes it forward. Has to be recovered here by Sensky and the defense. Hollenberger continues to add pressure.
And that's something that I actually really like seeing out of the Eastern Michigan Eagles right now. They're up by 4 goals, but they continue to still put pressure on the defensive side of the ball and really making that back line for the Bobcats really work.
Breeden advances it to Townsend. Townsend out wide, tries to do something with it. She has to get it back center now into Lecky. Lecky looking to work on. She puts this one deep. Going over. Header. Goal off the post. Looked like the header there. Get confirmation on the number, but a beautiful cross and a great header. And now it's 5-2. Ohio back within 3.
And that's huge. That was a great placed ball by the Bobcats directly into the header. And it bounced off that crossbar for a second. I thought it was going to bounce back out, but it bounced directly on the angle you wanted it to be. And the Bobcats are now only down by 3. And head coach Aaron Rodgers needs to sit here with his team and say, okay, there's one. Let's go get another one and another one. With the Bobcats, you're still down by 3, but essentially 2 goals have been wiped off the board against them. So that's a good sign for the Bobcats and helps bring the Bobcats back into the game. That goal was scored by number 22, Serena Dierig.
Ball goes out of bounds. We see, actually, no, it's going to be a free kick here for Ohio as this one gets advanced.
Sydney Lecky and Abby Townsend on the assist on that last goal.
Advancing it forward now. Paige Knorr trying to get it up. A high ball going out of bounds. Quick throw in here by Knorr. She can advance the ball here. Gets it to... Fighting for the ball now. Taken away. Eastern Michigan fighting for it. Hollenberger trying to get to it. Meanwhile, you can see Ohio is definitely issuing a press here. All players up on midfield except for the goalkeeper. Sending this one in now to Townsend in the box. Fight for it. She gets the header. Tries to center it, but Abbott's comes out and scoops it up to control the ball. And 24 minutes left to go here in regulation. 5-2. Eagles over Bobcats.
And the big thing that goal also does is it puts the Bobcats' spirit back into it. The Bobcats, if you're down 5-1 on the board, that's one thing, but you're down 5-2. You're not down all that much.
Nora moving it forward here now to Molesky. Molesky can't corral it. Bobcats continuing to try to press as Townsend was going after that one here, but it will be an Eagle throw-in, and Frederick will throw it in.
Substitution incoming for the Bobcats.
Frederick. Long throw-in. One by Ohio. Kicked back out. Should be Ohio throw-in again after that one was kicked out by Eastern Michigan.
And here comes that substitution. Trotting in for the Bobcats. Number 10, Haley Miller, is going to trot in for Courtney Dagerdas, the senior.
Trying to find some sort of fresh legs here. 3 goals to get if you want to try to force overtime.
And that's just the tie. That's the kicker as we trot under 23 minutes.
Miller gets the ball. Sends this one to the center of the field. Breeden trying to advance it. Eastern Michigan playing back. Ohio pressing, trying to find a few more goals here to get back in this one. Not over till the final whistle. Gets crossed in the middle. Taken away by Eastern Michigan. Now it's brought back to Miller. Miller trying to set it forward. And we're going out in the middle. We got a player hitting the floor. And it looks like we have an offsides call as somebody mistimed their run. And so Abbott's will get herself a free kick here from inside her box to send it deep and try to also slow things down as the Bobcats are continuing to try to charge. In contrast earlier's 2-1 affair. This is a high-scoring 5-2, 7 goals scored apiece. I did the basic math for all you viewers.
And you wonder if that's just due to a high level of offense or a lack of defense.
Yes.
Or maybe a combination of both. That's what I believe Donovan would agree with.
Yes. This one, Eastern Michigan gets this one back, trying to press it forward. They've got Hollenbarger out there on the wing on the far side, trying to center it, cross it here in, and punted away there by Sensky. It will be a throw-in for the Eagles deep in the attacking zone there. Trying to find somebody to get to it. It's going to be Hollenbarger looking something to do with it. Drops it back. Going back in the middle here now. On the ball. It looks like that is, I believe, number 18, Scrips. Passing it out wide. Frederick. Now here come the Eagles trying to press. Out wide. Davis knocked off the ball out of bounds off of Noor and the Bobcats. So deep throwing now on the near side for the Eagles. Long throwing into the box. High kick there. Not called, I believe, though, on Hollenbarger. It did look like a pretty high kick, though. But it just goes out of bounds for a goal kick, so same effect for the most part. Getting the swan now to the Bobcats players, trying to go deep with it. And Frederick takes that pass, but it's not. She's knocked off the ball as Molesky now pushes it to Townsend. Townsend trying to move it forward. Has to dribble it back, looking for something to do with it now. She moves it into the middle of the field.
Another substitution incoming for the Bobcats.
Pressing this one out wide. Under 20 minutes to go here in regulation. Bobcats trailing 5-2 to the Eagles. Advancing it forward. Looking for somewhere to get it in the middle. Players make contact with each other, and because possession turned over here, they will call this one as Dierig hit the deck after some hard contact with one of the, I believe it was Nados she made contact with, so right near the edge of that semicircle, just a little bit offline. So this relatively great spot for a set piece or trying to do a direct kick.
And this is a big kick here for the Bobcats. The official has not stopped the clock. That is something to note. 19 minutes about left here. And, you know, if you're the Bobcats, you score here, and you're right back in it.
Dierig will be doing the kicking. See if she tries to go directly at or try to find somebody on the set piece. Lets this one rip. Right towards goal. Saved by Abbots.
Great dive there by Abbots.
Did look a little offline, but Abbots leaving nothing to chance. Covers that one up, and now she will take her time before she gets rid of this one.
And that's a huge momentum killer there for the Bobcats. Bobcats putting all the pressure in the world on that Eastern Michigan defense. And it's a heartbreaker to see that one not go near the net.
Bobcats coming back the other way. Dierig trying to advance the ball. Looking for somebody to get to. She gets knocked off it, but she will retain. Look at this one far. Kicked away there by the defender, and Shira out wide. Bobcats continue to fight for it, but unable to get there was Molesky out of bounds. Deep in their own defensive zone, Eagles will throw in.
And they're going to let these subs come in. First for Eastern Michigan, Kylie France is going to check in for Amanda Cripps. And then for Ohio University, number 24, Maddie Young, a part of that all-freshman team, is going to check in for number 22, Serena Dierig.
This one getting advanced back towards the Bobcat side. Bobcats will get the throw in after the clear out there by Eastern Michigan. Sinsky moving this one forward, taken away. Or actually, correction, Bobcats continue to press this one forward. Now it will be taken away, trying to run it down. It's Townsend, but it goes out of bounds for the goal kick, as good cover-up defense there by the Eagles.
And just a little bit, it looks more so that a lot of the energy in the building has gone to the Bobcats, and it's looking as if Eastern Michigan's just trying to hang on a little bit.
Eastern Michigan has definitely dropped back into a more defensive style, whereas the Bobcats are continuing to press, and I think that's just where this game is at right now. You know, Eastern Michigan's got that 3-goal cushion. Not saying they're not going to try to attack when they get to it, but they will definitely pick and choose their moments a little bit more cautiously as we see this one advanced here by Lecky. Lecky tried to go forward with the through ball. Can't get Townsend and scooped up by Abbott's.
Another substitution incoming for Eastern Michigan as we tick under to about 16 and a half minutes left.
Abbott's punts this one away. It's a high punt going across midfield and taken away.
And now not only are the Bobcats playing against the Eagles, they're playing against the clock too. The clock is definitely going to start becoming a factor here in the next 2-3 minutes.
Wheeler gets this one out now here to Davis. Davis. There is no foul after we see players plowed over. Goes out of bounds though, so Bobcats do get the throw in. Here comes the advance now from Molesky. Molesky moving this one forward here, trying to find Lecky, but she cannot. Recovered there by the Bobcats deep. Wheeler moving it forward. Up here now to Mcneal. Mcneal. Here come the Eagles back the other way, looking for Hollenberger. Hollenberger out on that sideline. Definitely see some physical play going on that side. I do believe they called the free kick, or just the, they called a free kick over there. Bobcats will come back the other way, ticking down to 15 and a half to go here in regulation. 5-2 Eagles leading over the Bobcats here in this MAC semifinal match. The second of two here today. If Eastern Michigan were to hold on here in the last 15 and change, they will go on to play the 1 seed in the Bowling Green State University Falcons. After they already upset the 2 seed, they'll be looking to see if they can't upset the 1 seed as well.
But if you're Eastern Michigan, you're not looking forward to that game on Sunday yet. You're just trying to hold off the Bobcats here. The Bobcats are no pushover themselves. There's 15 minutes left on this clock. It's a 3-score game. As substitution, number 19, Marla Cabetto is going to come in for Peyton Davis.
Good challenge there. Here comes a through ball. Cannot find Townsend. Take it away. Eastern Michigan moving it up. Crowded. Trying to move it up the field there. I believe that was Mcneal. She has it taken away. Bobcats come back the other way. McNeil's going to go down fighting, though. And she does take it away. She'll come back the other way. Bobcats have numbers, but Eastern Michigan has the press. Hollenberger out wide. Looking to cross it in. Knocked off the ball. Bobcats defense standing strong. Gets it away. Cleared. Far side. Townsend has it now. Looking for some space. She'll get it out and over. That's going to be, I believe, to Miller. Miller looking at something to do with it. Continues to dribble it around. Going to move this one forward here now to Santa Catarina. Now pressing on that far side. For someone to get it to. In the middle there now for number 11, Molesky. Taken away here by Eastern Michigan. It is going to be Cabetto. Cabetto getting some action here now. We have hard contact on the side here, and it looks like Eastern Michigan will get called for a foul here.
Clock is going to stop on that. It's going to be a free kick, and that could be big. Looks like a card might get pulled.
This is a moment they're going back to this, to Tess Osborne. Or actually, correction, not Tess Osborne, to Victoria Breeden. So they actually went back to a moment before, so great job by the official there. Now I think they also showed a yellow here to somebody else.
It was just a green card.
They also showed one to Sensky.
The official's down there.
So,
he's going to make a nice little note on his book. A lot of confusion.
The official did make the signal, by the way, to stop the clock so he could write stuff down. Now they will run it off the throw, and the fans calling for the clock to have already been started, but the official made the signal stop the clock so he could issue the 2 yellow cards and then write some stuff down.
I think it was also more so that it appeared 5 seconds went off the clock between and just trying to call time back on.
This one coming back the other way now. It was at the feet of Mcneal, and Mcneal loses it, but it's out of bounds off of the Bobcats. Mcneal will throw this one in. Substitution is, I believe, yes, is this Hollenberger coming off? Hollenberger is coming off probably for the rest of the game.
We'll see, though.
Barring a late comeback heroics here from Ohio, but Hollenberger going to get her applause as she takes and leaves. Again, a historic moment for her. She now has the single game record for goals in a game, 4, and also getting the 6th hat trick in program history.
Coming in for her is Paris Kerr, number 12.
As they continue to empty the bench here, just get some players and rest some of their star players, get them ready for Bowling Green, kind of get them wrapped up in jackets so they don't get sick, you know. It was a very cold day. Meanwhile, coming up, it's Knorr advancing this ball here for the Bobcats. Headed away there by Osborne.
Bobcats looking to make a substitution.
Chipping this one forward. Bobcats have to recover defensively and try to get rid of it. Meanwhile, press being issued here by France, who just checked in. Continuing to press it forward. Tossa will have to go back, recover. 12 minutes to go left here in regulation. Bobcats trailing 5-2 to the Eagles.
And now there's a lot of pressure on this Bobcats team because they need to get through this clock. Substitution coming in is number 5, Allie Miller will check in for Haley Miller, number 10 of the Bobcats.
Like everyone here.
And it will be a goal kick for the Eastern Michigan Eagles as they're at 11:23 and counting here in Bowling Green.
Abbott's kicks this one away. Looks like Eastern Michigan will try to retain it, but Ohio will eventually get it back. Coming out on that far side now there, it's Townsend looking to advance, but she has to go backwards with it now. Giving it over to Breeden. Breeden kicking it deep into the box. Got a moment here, but the ball goes too wide for Molesky, who had a good run at it, but just was unable to get to it in time before it goes out for the goal kick. Now under 11 minutes. Abbott's taking her time. Go ahead and let everybody get into place. No rush here for the Eagles, who are up by 3. Trying to clinch a spot in the MAC tournament finals and take on the hosting team, Bowling Green State University Falcons. That game will be 1 p.m. on Sunday.
2 ways to listen to that one, either through the ESPN3 broadcast, or you can join myself, Zach Smith, and Donovan Mann through Mixler on Sunday, where we will also be on the call.
This one getting dropped back here now, as it's going to try to be recovered by Breeden, and then it'll just go all the way back to Malhem. You not mentioned her name a lot here in this second half because it's been all pressed onto the Eastern Michigan side. So Ohio's trying to find a way back in this one. Knocked off the ball there was Maddie Young. Eastern Michigan gets it back, and Maddie Young is going to end up running over Frederick.
It looked like Frederick was pushed over just a little bit.
Young might have been a little frustrated with how this game has been going, now under 10 minutes to play.
As assumable through these Bobcat players, 5-2 is not where the Bobcats were expected to be. Of course, it was only the number 6 versus the number 7 seed, but Ohio, being the higher seed, is supposed to be the favorite, and they just have not been very favorited tonight.
This is conference tournament now out wide here to Miller. Miller looking to move the ball up the field, does send this one deep. Taken away here by the Eagles, only for a moment. Townsend comes up with it, back to Kolaka. Kolaka moves this one now into the box. Crossing pass here now for Young is cut off there by Abbott.
And Abbott made a great save because coming up behind her was a player for the Bobcats. Looked to be number 24, Maddie Young. Was right there behind her, just getting ready to close that back door, and Abbott's perfect save yet again.
Molesky gets the first touch off the punt, but Eastern Michigan tries to win it back. Ohio will win the throw-in here.
Substitution incoming for the Bobcats. Coming in is number 23, Courtney Doggerdass. Coming in for number 24, Maddie Young. Keep in mind, Maddie Young was on that all-freshman team for the Bobcats this year. but being just a freshman, you might want to put some more experience out there and give your experienced players some time.
Townsend trying to move this one in deep into the zone. Eagles clear it out. Throw in Bobcats. Off the foot, I believe, there of Remedios.
Eastern Michigan to make a substitution as well.
Moved up here now by Breeden. Breeden putting it down deep. Looking for number 11. That's Molesky, and the header goes wide. Goes high, and this will actually be a corner, as they say. It goes off of an Eastern Michigan Eagle.
And it didn't look like it was touched. It was more so, I think, that header was awry, but Bobcats get the ball nonetheless for a corner kick for the Bobcats.
Bobcats with the chance to get back within 7:25 and counting. Here comes the kick into the box. Header, no. Eagles trying to fight back. Bobcats chip this one in. Abbots takes care of it.
Abbots just gets up and over the head of number 11, Olivia Molesky, who's already got 2 goals on the night for the Bobcats. Just reaches up and over and takes it away from her and that potential header. And just Abbots, between Abbots and Holleberger, it's going to be hard to pick a player of the game.
This one getting advanced here now to Molesky. Molesky trying to do it, but Eagles get on it real quickly. Still fighting for it. That's Kolika chipping it in. On the run here now comes Doggerdass. No good. Goes a little bit too long, and now it's a goal kick. Abbots will take her time to set this one. Here comes another substitution.
Trotting in for Eastern Michigan, Kennedy Coleman. She will check in for Sabrina Mcneal, the all-MAC first-team player. She's going to get a break along with Holleberger, who's already out. So a lot of these Eastern Michigan starters and star players have already started to get pulled from this game as we get to 6:22 on the clock.
And on to that discussion of player of the game, as we've got about 6 minutes left to go, barring some unforeseen and, super comeback, not calling the game over because it's not, but providing one of the most historic comebacks ever seen. I would definitely have to say, with those 4 goals, Kristen Hollenbarger with 4 goals, program record for goals in a single game, 6th hat trick for an Eastern Michigan player in program history. You would have to name her the player of the game. She is striking so true, so well. Here comes the ball. Abbots takes care of it cleanly.
Abbots makes her case. Abbots has made quite a few great saves tonight, only allowing 2 goals to get scored against her, 10 saves. I believe that actually would make save number 11 once the StatCast updates, I believe. The other player who I could make a case for is Olivia Molesky for the Bobcats, has 2 goals scored.
Lecky moves this ball in just wide.
Great save there by Abbott. I think Abbott, no, they're going to say that she didn't push it away. From our view up here, it looked like it was pushed away by Abbott.
No, it is going out to the corner.
So great play there by Abbots. That looked like that ball had the corner. It was right there, and Abbots just pushed it away, making her case here tonight to, make it to the MAC conference final.
Making, of course, trying to make MAC all-tournament team as well. There's a lot of players definitely rightful of that, Still a long way to go from that, but, one of the definite names probably to appear on that will be Hollebarger. Had a huge performance here in this one alone. Here comes a header towards the goal. Pretty easy lob there for Abbots. Under 5 minutes left to go here in the game. 5-2 Eastern Michigan over Ohio.
13th save there by Abbots.
Ohio tries to get this one back. Here comes Eastern Michigan back the other way, but it will be cleared out by Breeden. Eastern Michigan back on the ball, kicking it back deep into Ohio's defensive zone now. On the run, here comes number 12, Kerr. Kerr knocked off the ball there nicely by Sensky. Trying to get it into the zone. Ohio comes away with it, pressing the advantage, and Breeden is going to get shoved down from behind. Free kick, Ohio. Clock continues to tick now. Under 4 minutes left to go in the game.
And the Bobcats looking just to keep momentum a little bit, trying to get something going, but it has not been the same since Holleberger scored her 3rd goal.
Let alone the 4th.
The 4th definitely did not feel good.
Doggerdas moves it up. trying to find something to do with it. She'll push it up here now for Molesky. Molesky back in the corner. She runs it down. She's looking for somebody to cross it to. Trying to get it in the box. She's got to dribble it out a little bit more, cross it in, but it's tipped away. Having to run this one down. Eastern Michigan gets to it first, and it's going to be cleared away there by Cobeto.
And
now coming back
really
the other way, Eastern Michigan feeding this one to Kerr. Kerr going to get cut off here now by Breeden. Breeden will kick it back to Malhem. Malhem will kick it forward. And so here come the Bobcats back the other way across midfield, pressing. Under 3 minutes left to go here in regulation. Out wide. Bobcat defense stepping up again. Eastern Michigan, they have something they might try to press, but really they're just more looking to try to dribble out the clock at this point. Kicking this one deep here. Bobcats trying to find some sort of offense. Now, Sensky moving it forward. Challenge made there by Santa Catarina. One back by Eastern. Eastern Michigan advancing. Bobcats dropping back now. Sensky pressing forward. Ball goes too far, almost to Abbott's, but it was cut off by a Bobcat defender, and Bobcats get this one back. Townsend trying to do something with it. Actually, correction, that was Letdown trying to do something with it. Now Eastern Michigan coming back the other way. Kerr is apparently, no, there it is. Let's say well off sides on that ball.
At least 2 or 3 steps.
I'd say more.
And now Ohio has to really hurry. Minute 48 left, down by 3 just to tie. Bobcats do not have time to waste.
Sensky tries to put this one deep. Getting this one here now, trying to get to Townsend. No. Going back the other way, Eastern. Kerr trying to get to it, but she's double teamed. She gets free. Gets this one, advances it here now to France. France taken away there by Miller. Less than 90 seconds to go here. 82 seconds to be exact.
Good math.
Pressing this one forward. Here come the Bobcats. Townsend on that far side gets it in the corner, looking to cross. She'll do some dribble here. She's got to take down 3 defenders before she makes close. Crosses this one in. Abbott's grabs it and pulls it away.
Save number 13 for Abbott's. And now the Eagles doing that goodbye to the Bobcats, who were just so loud and so proud of this team coming into this game.
And as they should be, making the conference tournament. Good feat, winning your quarterfinal game, especially since you had to go to an opponent's territory and win that game as the 6th seed.
And if you're the Bobcats, just as much as if you were the Bulls with the Bowling Green Falcons earlier this afternoon, there's nothing to be upset about. Yes, you lost the game.
You're always going to be upset about a loss.
You'll always be upset, but the thing that you got to look at, you got to focus on the positives. You made it to this game. There's other teams in the MAC, Northern Illinois, Toledo, Miami, Ohio. Like, a lot of teams had no opportunity to get here. And for both the Bulls and now pending anything happening in the last 10 seconds, the Bobcats just not able to get anything going. And we're going to see a battle of the birds on Sunday.
And that is what you will get. The number 1 seeded Bowling Green State University Falcons have found their opponent. It is the number 7 seed, Eastern Michigan. First, they had to take down the Cardinals. The number 2 seeded Cardinals, they did it with ease. Eastern Michigan. Then they come here in what is a neutral site game, taking down the 6 seeded Bobcats 5-2. And a historic night for Kristen Hollenbarger with 4 goals, program record for goals in a single game, and the 6th hat trick for an Eastern Michigan player in their history. Boy, what a huge game here for Scott Hall and the Eastern Michigan Eagles.
And it all starts with that defense. It was tested early. Very much so tested early, and it looked as if Ohio was going to run away with it in this first part of the game. And then Eastern Michigan puts that goal on the board behind their freshman, Amanda Cripps. Amanda Cripps finds the back of the net, and then I don't know what Kristen Hollenberger had for breakfast, but I want whatever she had for breakfast. She went off, put up 4 goals, and that's the 2nd upset that Eastern Michigan alone has done in this tournament to not only, come out and beat Ball State in Muncie, Indiana, they have now come out against against the Bobcats and put up a great game here. These Eastern Michigan Eagles are soaring high right now, playing really, really good. But on Sunday, they're going to run into the best team in the Mid-American Conference and hit a wall. And it's going to be a great, great game come Sunday.
To make that statement, that's honestly a matter of opinion. I think if you would ask the Eagles, I think they would say we're the best team in the Mid-American Conference right now. So they have certainly played like it. They've taken down one of the best teams in the conference. The only team to beat
the Bowling Green Falcons.
Bowling Green Falcons was Ball State. They already beat them. Now they're going to be trying to take on the real deal in the Bowling Green State University Falcons for the conference championship and a chance to go to the NCAA tournament for NCAA women's soccer.
It's going to be a great game, I'll tell you that much, and I'm looking forward to calling it with you.
All right, we will go ahead and conclude our broadcast here. We'd like to thank you all for watching so much and enjoying this one with us. For Zach Smith, I'm Donovan Mann. Have a good night.